Okay, I've been advised by my college council that I should make a video at least trying to defend myself because they read the Instagram messages of Jaden and they said it was pretty fucked up and I should at least have a chance to be able to defend myself in the group chat at least once. And I just said I was gonna make a video. So to discuss this. To recap, actually, this was all because of fucking Boots from For the King. So take it that as you will. But the three other points that Jaden made where I never apologize and I'm never able to look back and apologize for shit that I've done, which is false. The second one was no one takes him seriously and no one gives him any type of respect, which is also very false. And the third one was I like seeing him angry, and that one's also false. But to start with the first one, with I never apologize, he brought up 3 points: the Jason's house, the Will's mom, and the Diego stuff. So let's start with the Jason stuff. The Jason stuff. I had text messages with Jason during it, where I said my bad and I apologized. Then we had a call and I apologized profusely. When I went back for the second time, I went up to his mom. I apologized. I went up and said, "Mrs. Tiger, I apologize," and she was literally having jokes about it. That's why I wasn't taking it very seriously. If anyone like wanted to ask, Mrs. Tiger was literally making jokes about, "Oh, I'm gonna have to stop inviting you," and then she was like, you're fine, Owen." And that's why I wasn't taking it that seriously, because I apologized and she said, "We'll work it out. We'll be fine." So that one was just completely false. The second one is the Diego incident where I walked. Honestly, I don't see much wrong with that, but everyone was telling me that I was in the wrong. So at TJ's bonfire, Jaden, you were even there. You asked me to apologize, and I apologized. I said, "I'm sorry, my bad." Third one is the Will's mom stuff. With the Will mom stuff, I didn't apologize directly to Will's mom, but I did apologize to Will. When we were going down the stairs to his basement, I said, "Will, I understand that everyone's saying that to me. Everyone's saying that I raised your voice at your mom, but honestly, I don't see it. But everyone's telling me I did that, so my bad. My bad." So what I really want to get into here is, if you would have really like done your research and actually cared about this information, you would have actually asked these people to what this happened to, and you would have actually gotten your information. So that just shows me that instead of actually caring about these topics and actually caring about me actually apologizing, you didn't care. You just wanted to leverage this against me and use this to your argument. But this just adds on that you can't use ignorance, because if you like actually cared, you would have went up to them, asked them individually, been like, "Hey, did Owen ever apologize for this? Did Owen ever do this? Did Owen ever do that?" So that just shows me you really didn't care. You really didn't care. You just wanted to use this for your own argument. The second point he made is no one takes him seriously, which is just a bold-faced lie. I take him very seriously when the time arises. I feel like everyone in this group chat has been very mature and is able to hold mature conversations and be very adult-like. Jaden, we've had many one-on-ones, even the one about like, hell, even the ones with like Malachi, and we were talking about this stuff at Jason's house. I won't get into it because I respect you enough to where you had that very one-on-one, one-on-two conversation with us, and we were talking about it, and I'll respect that and respect how we were talking about it and just move on from that. So that's gonna be my one point, that we respect you and we can hold adult conversations with you and we take you very seriously. And number 3 is the I do shit to make you angry. I believe this is just a fucking I believe I can do shit to make people angry. I'd be like, you're not special when I do that to someone. I do that to everyone. But even then, at that time, I was not doing that shit to make you angry. I was doing that shit because I genuinely just wanted the fucking boots. And honestly, that sentence coming out of my mouth just sounds so fucking stupid. But even if you do that same shit to basically everyone else, for example, Diego's house, because you think that's a acceptable time frame to take out of. When you were arguing with Jason and you did the most disrespectful shit, like putting your fucking foot on his back and he swung on you, instead of apologizing and actually fucking calming yourself and doing the right thing, you instead stormed off. And when you came back, you gave the most backhanded apology to Jason, which was, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but good for you for standing up to me. To sum it up. So, you as a man of Christian faith, I would understand if you really knew the Bible, which Paul in 2:7 states, a man in a glass house shall not be the first to cast stones. And this just means don't be a fucking hypocrite. So even if I did that shit to you just to make you angry, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. You can't use that point because you do it to everyone else. And honestly, this might sound like a very high school thing to say, but you gotta treat people how you want to be treated. That's just the way it goes. But to the main reason I'm making this video again is because your actions have seemed very catty, vindictive, and in my personal opinion, very unmanly like. Just the shit that you've been like spewing, the bold-faced lies, the toxicity, the basically everything about it was just fucked up and just like borderline just tantrum level of pettiness. Honestly, I was ready to let shit go. And honestly, if you did the manly thing and one-on-one with me, and instead of, even after you threw basically a tantrum and just left, if you would have just texted me, called me, or got me into a party and just said, look, man, I understand, I wasn't feeling right, I got very upset, that's my bad. And you just said, like, I got mad at this, and that. You don't have to apologize, but just letting you know for next time that this, and that made me upset. I would have respected you 10 times more if you just said that. And to move on from that is, you then started throwing out just the most fucked up shit into the group chat to basically ring out an apology. Even just bringing it to the group chat was fucked up in the first place. You threw, if he was my brother, he wouldn't throw this away. It literally, even my own family, even when they fuck up, which they all do because they're human, I will go up to them and talk to them about it like a man, like a decent human being, and one-on-one with them and sit down with them. And you throwing brother in my face like that'll change my mind of you fucking up is absolutely despicable and disgusting use of family ties. That is the most despicable shit you could have used. Because no brother of mine, no family member of mine would do that shit to me. No, not my sister, not my father, not my mother would air out my entire like laundry bag of fucking problems to a group chat that I was in. So you using that against me and then just writing it all in the group chat is beyond fucked up. So yeah, to sum it all up, all of those claims were a gross defamatory showing of who I really am. And even when the group chat was all dogpiling on you, trying to have you explain more about these basically bogus statements that you used, instead of actually taking the time to talk about it, because as soon as you brought it to the group chat, you fucked up. So instead of taking the time to talk about it, you instead had another tantrum and said, "You guys never take me seriously," and just ran off. So, I, at this point, don't even want to talk. But if the people that really need an apology is the fucking group chat, because you basically bold-faced lied to them to their faces to use them as basically a weapon to try to weaponize them against me. And honestly, not even as a joke, me personally, I would never let a nigga use me as a weapon to use against other people. That's just absolutely fucked up. I just don't understand where you're coming from with all this hatred in your heart. Because literally 2 weeks ago, before that shit even happened, I went to your mother's birthday party. You call me selfish, but it was your job to pick up pizza for her, and I went with you. You're calling me selfish when Malachi and Alexa weren't on time to do that with you, and I was on time. Honestly, I believe I've done more favors for you in this entire friendship than you have actually. I can't even count the 5 that you've done for me. What, 2 of them are fucking rides. Even then, even though we live like right next to each other, you still outrightly refuse. So even then, like, how am I selfish? How am I in the wrong? Because you as a grown man can't like regulate your emotions. You can't understand when you're in the wrong. I understand I can be prideful, but I have enough self-respect to admit when I'm wrong. So I honestly don't know what to say. Well, I obviously do, because I made a 12-minute video. But other than that, really, the ball was always in your court, and I wasn't even playing the fucking game. And instead of just leaving me alone and leaving me out of it, and you obviously knew it didn't bother me, and instead of coming in a one-on-one conversation and talking to me about it, you instead decided to try to defame and bastardize my character in the entire group chat and weaponize my friends against me. Which, again, group chat, he has done before. Like, 1 + 1 is equaling 2, and I know those cogs are turning in your minds where this has happened before. It may be way more subtle, but it has happened before. And honestly, I'm putting this out because this is going to be another I told you so moment. So we can either squash this right now or not, because I don't care. And I never did care until you literally just try to bastardize me in front of everyone and try to basically embarrass me in front of everyone.